Hello, my amazing students. This is Mrs. A, and I love math. Today we're talking about, we're doing lesson 7 in your Saxon Blue Book, and we're talking about multiplying and dividing by powers of 10. This is a very easy and very fast lesson. So let's look at the pattern. When we multiply 10 by 10, we get 100. When we multiply 10 by 10 by 10, we get 1,000. So what I want you to notice is I have 10 to the third, or 10 times 10 times 10, and I have 3 zeros in my answer. Well, when I multiply 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, 4 times, guess what? I have 4 zeros in my answer. So when I multiply by a 10, each time I do that, I move the decimal 1 to the right. So with that pattern, let's look at this problem, which at the beginning might look to be pretty hard, but when you realize that we have this long decimal multiplied by 100, that means all we're going to do is move the decimal to the right 2 places because we see 2 zeros. So this is 10 to the second power, and so we're going to move this decimal 2 places to the right. So when we do that, we move it 2 places to the right. So our new number is 471623.4. Okay, so let's practice reading that number. First of all, we're going to read the first number because we're still practicing reading our decimals. So we'll start with the decimal being there, and then we'll move it there, and we're going to read both numbers. Okay, so with the decimal here, this was 47,162 and 314 thousandths. When we move the decimal here after the multiplication by 100, then we end up having, let's start here, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 4,716,231 and 4 tenths. That's pretty easy, huh? All right, so let's look at this one. And we are multiplying this long decimal by 10,000. Okay, so let's practice. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millionths. So this place right there is the millionths. So let's read the decimal correctly before we multiply. So we would say 31,652 millionths multiplied by 10,000. So now let's see what the new number is going to be. So we're going to take this decimal because this is 4 zeros. We're going to take this decimal 1, 2, 3, 4. Put the new decimal there. Let's write our new number 0316.52. Now, we have a tiny adjustment to make, don't we? Since this 0 is now in front of the decimal, it's extra, isn't it? We don't need that 0 there because that was originally a placeholding 0, and now it's just an extra 0. So what our new number is, 316 and 52 hundredths. Now we're going to do some division by powers of 10, and guess what? If we moved it to the right when we multiplied by a power of 10, doesn't it make sense that we're going to move the decimal to the left when we divide by a power of 10? Because moving the decimal to the left makes the number smaller, doesn't it? And dividing by a power of 10 makes the number smaller also. So here we have 41 and 32 hundredths, and we're going to divide by 1,000, which has 3 zeros. So we're going to move the decimal 3 places to the left. So let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3. Now we went past our number moving left, so we're going to have to fill in the missing place with a 0. So our new number is 0.04132. Now let's read that one. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths. So that spot is the 100,000th spot. Are you ready? We're going to read 4,132 10,000ths. No, 100,000ths. Excuse me. Let's do that again. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths. Let's do it. 4,132 100,000ths. Got it right. Now let's do another one. We have 48.512 divided by 10,000. Now let's read it correctly. It's 48 and 512 thousandths, and we're going to multiply by divide by 10,000, which means that we're going to have to take this decimal and go 4 places to the left. Well, I don't even have room to do that, so I'm going to just go ahead and rewrite it. It's going to be 0.0048512. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the decimal was here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's our new number. We've divided by 10,000, and now let's read our new number. Let's see if Miss A can get it right without any boo-boos. Ooh, this is a long one. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000ths, 100,000ths, millionths, 10 millionths. You think Mrs. A's brain is kind of tired? It's late at night. I'm just going to write 10 millionths on there so I won't forget when I get there. Okay? So 48,512 10 millionths. I did it. Okay, so this is going to be our last little bit here. We've got 4,162 multiplied by 100, 4,162 divided by 100. So on this one, we're going to take this decimal place that's understood at the end, and we're going to move it 2 places to the right, and we will get 4,16200, which when remember, we don't have to put a decimal there because it's understood to be at the end. And so that is going to be 416,200. And now we're going to divide it by 100, which means the decimal, which was understood to be right at the end, is going to move 2 places to the left. And we will have 41.62, which read correctly is 41 and 62 hundredths. And that's enough of multiplying and dividing by decimals. And this is Mrs. A, and may God bless your day.